diagnosis of ADHD this day and age is thrown around carelessly. It can hinder adults as well as children from achieving goals in their life. Hello, my name is Ashley and I'm a mother of 3. With my first child, he was your everyday normal child till he got in about first grade, kindergarten to first grade. We started knowing that he was really struggling. So at that point, I decided I needed to talk to one of his teachers to find out if he is struggling at home as well as in school. There were times that in homework it would take 3 to 4 hours for him to do 5 problems that should have taken 10 minutes. After meeting with his teacher, she told me he's doing the same thing in school, and if I did not figure out what was wrong or how to help him, he would fail the first grade. That being said, the very next day, I called his primary care doctor. We set up an appointment. After talking with her and her meeting with him, he was diagnosed with ADD, attention deficit disorder. He did not have the hyperactivity part of it, but he definitely had the attention span in it. After putting him on medicine, he ended up doing good, and school is now a lot better. As adults, we need to get a better understanding of what exactly ADD/ADHD is before we place this diagnosis on paperwork that could potentially follow our kids their whole lives. Let's first talk about the different symptoms of attention deficit disorder. Most kids have inattention as one of the symptoms. This method is they have a hard time paying attention, focusing on certain tasks. A lot of them cannot finish homework in a timely manner. If you assign them to a task that they have to perform by themselves, they can't keep their focus long enough to finish it, or they will start a project and stop it, get distracted, and start another project, so they have all these projects that are not done. Another one is the hyperactivity. The hyperactivity symptom is more noticeable at an earlier age, and it is the most common symptom that most kids who have attention deficit disorder have. Most of them had the hyperactivity. This one causes kids in school to wiggle and squirm and not want to stay seated for too long. Some of them will try to get up and walk around when they're supposed to be seated. A lot of times, they just want to run. Some may experience difficulty in doing tasks that are quiet, where they need to sit there and do what they're supposed to do, and they cannot. Then you have impulsivity. This one is perhaps one of the most harder ones for parents to deal with if they have a child with this, because most kids who have this do not think first. Whatever pops in their head, they do it. And this can put children and other children in danger if we don't get this under control. Diagnosing an individual with ADD or ADHD can be difficult. When an expert is contacted, the expert will start a series of different tests. They will monitor the kid, they will ask other people of what they're doing. They want to make sure they rule out a couple of things that are not ADD. They want to rule out things to make sure that it is ADD before they place you on medicine. Some of the examples, they want to make sure they're not having undetected seizures or a mild ear infection causing hair loss, and to make sure they didn't have any sudden changes in their life, as if divorce or death. Experts will then start testing the individual's intelligence and learning achievements. Depending on the data that is collected, they will come up with a diagnosis will be made. Meetings with additional people sometimes happen depending on the child and what is going on. They want to meet with different grown-ups that have known the child or individual their whole life to kind of see where they are. There are many different treatments. Treatments for this disorder, you have to do a lot of research for it. There are stimulant meds and non-stimulant meds. The stimulant meds have more side effects, but some kids need them more. But they also have non-stimulant meds. They have less side effects, but sometimes they don't work for the more severe side effects of the ADHD. Then you have behavioral therapies. Meeting with, and this treatment helps people just talk it out. They have parent skills testing to help the parents do at home, to help the kid get through it without medicine. Sometimes this can help depending on how mild the case is. Then you have some people who want to do home remedies. The home remedies are, some people do home remedies due to religious beliefs, their upbringings. Examples of some home remedies would be dieting, massage, different types of art projects. So again, as adults, we need to get a better understanding of what exactly attention deficit disorder or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is before placing that diagnosis on paper that could potentially follow us or our kids our whole lives. Knowing the symptoms, different ways of diagnosing, and treatments for the diagnosis can help you and the individual be more knowledgeable about it, and it could potentially help someone else who may be having the same problems. The diagnosis of ADHD this day and age is thrown around so carelessly, it can hinder kids from achieving goals in life. Sometimes it is necessary to try both therapies and medication to get the best results. I myself had my son do a combination of both, and this worked out very well for him.